Hey everyone, Matthew here at Earthworks. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Potocarpus. We have two different varieties, and one of which is very different than the traditional variety of Potocarpus that we see in the landscapes here in Jacksonville. So this is the traditional Potocarpus that we grow and sell, and you'll see that the branches are vertically oriented, pointing straight up without a lot of side branching, and that's typical for this Potocarpus here. But then we have the gracilior Potocarpus, which is the Weeping Podocarpus, and you can see with the foliage there's more branching side to side, and it has more of a cascading effect. I got several here, and each one's an individual. These have been trained to be single trunk trees. Now, over time, if not kept up with, they can branch again off of this trunk, so they will need to be pruned if you want to keep it nice and clean. However, they are very attractive when they're full from top to bottom as well. But I got these in here with the clean trunk. We call these standards. So this is a standard Weeping Podocarpus. It's a very attractive look. You can keep these in the ground. You can grow them in containers. You can see we put one in here just to give people the idea of how they might look in a container. They're slow to moderate growers. So if you do keep them in container, you won't have to worry about transplanting them into larger pots very quickly. It's something that you can keep in a pot for a very long period of time, so long as you keep them well fed. Potocarpus are also very versatile in their sun conditions. They do prefer full sun, but I've seen them growing in some pretty low light as well. So if you don't have a full sun position, these can do quite well even without the minimum of 4 to 6 hours to get the full sun that they need. These are going to be flying out of here, I'm sure, this spring. I'm going to be doing my best to keep them in stock. So far I have found one vendor that I order from on occasion, so if these do well this first month, I'll be bringing in more. But come check them out. They're completely different than all your other Potocarpus that you've seen. The traditional ones that we grow are amazing in the landscape because we use them as living walls. So we plant them fairly close together, they grow in, and they make a nice screen. We use them to block a view, to make a hedgerow. And because they're not fast growers, you may not get the height that you're looking for right away unless you buy a larger one, but they're easy to maintain. So by being a slower or moderate grower, that means you're not out there every week trimming them like you might a ligustrum or a viburnum. So these are much lower maintenance, and the same is going to be true for the Weeping variety. They're a slow, moderate growth rate, so you can keep them looking the way you want for a very long period of time, and you can keep their maximum height to where you want to maintain them as well. So if you were to do nothing, these can grow to 25 to 35 foot trees very slowly, but they would eventually get there. But because of their slow growth rate, an annual pruning can keep them where you want them throughout the years.